Geminis, instead of a May 2020 monthly reading, I'm gonna bring you guys a love reading. Now, it's gonna be different from other ones, okay? I'm gonna see what the current love lesson is for you guys. All right, I was sick in April, that's why I didn't get out all the monthly readings, so I had to improvise and think of something short and sweet and something that I feel like everybody would appreciate. Also, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you already haven't. And yeah, let's get into your reading. So I already meditated on your energy, okay? These are the current lessons that you have to learn, maybe within your current relationship, or even if you're single or dealing with somebody but it's not that serious. I'm gonna find out the love lessons that you have to learn. All right, we're gonna see the obstacle. We're gonna see what's blocking you from moving forward. So keep on watching and let's get right on into it. Spirit, can I please get the current situation for Geminis? What is Gemini's current love situation? What are Gemini's current love situation? Gemini's current love situation. Okay, Gemini. For some of you guys, maybe you're not tied down currently at the moment. With the Knight of Swords, he's a very quick lover. He likes to come in and out. He likes to do whatever he pleases. If you are in a relationship, I don't think that there is, how can I say this? There's no strings attached. Like, maybe you do whatever you want and your partner does whatever they want. You guys don't really have rules to the relationship. It's kind of do whatever you want. Maybe you guys are dealing with an earth sign here with the Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Some of you guys may feel abandoned or left in the cold, and that's why you don't want strings attached within the relationship. Maybe you physically moved away and you're doing a long distance relationship. Like maybe you moved to a different part of town or a different city, or there's some kind of distance, or somebody moved physically or emotionally, but you guys are still keeping in touch. Like there's still some kind of communication. But I feel like for some of you, even if you're not with your partner right now, there is some kind of relationship here. But there's just not a lot of, not even commitment. Like you guys aren't, maybe you're together, but you're not together. Okay, if you're single, I think that the Knight of Swords would just indicate that you guys are just doing whatever it is that you want. You're coming and going as you please. And maybe you're not really looking for a relationship, Gemini. Maybe you guys are in the midst of moving, and that's why you can't really focus on building a relationship with anybody, because you're kind of moving all over the place and you're not really stuck in one spot to settle down and commit to one person. Can I please get the obstacle that Gemini is facing in their love life? What is the obstacle? What is the obstacle for Gemini in their love life? Their obstacle. What is their obstacle? What's Gemini's obstacle? It's like no card wants to come out. What is Gemini's obstacle? There we go. It is a pentacle. I seen it right before, but I don't know which one it is. So we got the, is that the only one that came out? We got the Four of Pentacles. So your obstacle, Gemini, might be that you guys are holding on to something. It could be something materialistic, so maybe you're holding on to your money or some kind of possession that you have. Maybe you are in a way trying to protect yourself from love, and that's why you have this no strings attached, I come and go as I please. I feel like you're trying to protect yourself from this Three of Swords energy at the bottom of the deck. You might have been through some kind of hurt and pain before, and that's why you're not really opening up to love at the moment, or you're not trying to settle down, whether you're single or in a relationship. I feel like settling down is the obstacle here with the Four of Pentacles, being rooted to something. The Four of Pentacles is also stagnant energy, so some of you guys may feel stuck maybe within a relationship, or when it comes to relationships, Gemini, maybe you guys don't want to feel bound or stuck or restricted, and that's why you keep this Knight of Swords energy. You try to keep it moving. You try to make it so that you're not bound by anybody else. You're not stuck, or you don't feel tied down. I feel like your freedom here is an obstacle. Maybe because of what you've been in the past. Like I said, you might have a fear of being held back. Hence why you kind of want to do whatever it is that you want. You don't want somebody to tell you how to live your life and all that kind of stuff. You want to be the one in control. But I feel like when you're the one in control, it kind of slows things down. I feel like there's a part of you, Gemini, that's trying to protect yourself, but in the midst of protecting yourself, you're kind of blocking out a love from coming in. Let's see what your first lesson is. What is Gemini's first lesson that they need to overcome? Gemini's first lesson that they need to learn in order to overcome this obstacle. What is Gemini's first lesson in love that they need to learn? Interesting. Okay, guys, so you got the Chariot and you got the Death card. So for some of you guys, if it isn't an earth sign, like I said, maybe you're dealing with a Scorpio or a Cancer individual. Now, the lesson that you guys have to learn is something very deep and transformative. The lesson that you have to learn is going to change you internally, and that might be why you're so reluctant to want to face this lesson and to integrate it within your life, because you know that once you take the steps and once you start learning this lesson, your life may not be the same. Maybe you like the fact that you have all this freedom here with the Knight of Swords energy, and you know that once this deep transformation and change occurs within your love life, you can't hold back anymore. But I think the obstacle here is, I think you guys are not really trying to change. I think you like where you're at now. You like the freedom that you have. And the lesson that is popping up for you guys, I think you know on some level, once you learn this lesson, you're not going to have the freedom that you have now. I'm going to keep shuffling. I'm going to let this one come to me because that Chariot energy is... And it's funny because the Four of Pentacles, like I said, is stagnant energy. And with the Chariot here, this is opposite. This is charging forward, movement. If you're not able to stick around and just sit there and hold on, this is change, inevitable change. Movement forward. And I feel like with the Death card here, with the Chariot as well, this transition that you're going through, it's gonna keep going. Like, you won't be able to stop it almost. If you look at the imagery here, look at the horses and just look how everything is going all fast. It just looks like there's a lot of speed behind the Chariot. So I think that's maybe why you guys have this energy of the Four of Pentacles, because once this change starts going, it's gonna be hard to stop if you want to pull the reins on the horse. And I also want to mention here, there is a bunch of horses here, so I don't know if you guys have a spirit animal with a horse or something like that. I just want to say that right now, just in case. But let's go ahead. I'm going to see the second lesson, and then I'll see if this message comes to me. What is the second lesson that Gemini has to overcome? The second lesson that Gemini has to learn. I'm not going to take these. What is the second lesson that Gemini has to learn? The second lesson that Gemini has to learn to overcome this obstacle. Okay, so one came out. I'm going to keep shuffling. What is it? I'm not going to take that one. So the first one that came out and fell down is the World card. Now I want to mention Death and the World both indicate endings, but both of these endings here don't necessarily mean it's the end, it's final, it's over. There is going to be a rebirth here with Death, and then with the World card here as well, the ending has a new beginning. There's a very much needed change that Geminis have to go through in their love lives in order for things to start moving forward. One more card, please. What is the second lesson that Geminis need to learn in order to overcome this obstacle? Gemini, that you guys need to change. So we got the Hermit as well. So let's just get all the signs out. If Gemini, you are dealing with somebody, it could either be Cancer, Scorpio, or even a Virgo. Now, I think the second lesson here involves some kind of spiritual healing. There's some soul searching, Gemini, that you need to go through. The Hermit card, this person purposely puts themselves in isolation so that they can get some kind of understanding from their intuition and from the universe. You can't really learn anything and gain insight from spirit when there's a bunch of noise around you and when you're not in the proper environment. You can't do that when you're in the mix. So I think that there's a lesson here with being alone and purposely putting yourself in a isolated state where maybe you're staying single and not really entertaining people, so that you guys can learn maybe more about yourself and you can think about, because I think you guys know on some level the lesson here. I think you guys know what you need to change, but you're very reluctant to it. You don't want to change this part of you because I don't think you guys really want to change because of what you already have. All right, so I think there's a need here. The lesson here is that you guys need to go within, isolate yourself, seclude yourself, take yourself off the market, even though I don't think you guys are on the market. You're just kind of doing your thing and being with who you want to be with and no strings attached. So if that's what you guys are currently doing, Gemini, I think that you guys need to stop doing that. Stay single. Do a little bit of soul searching. Look within yourself. Be alone. Be single. Put your relationship and everything on hold for a little bit. And look more within. I think that there's some kind of message that the universe wants to send you, and that's going to come from your intuition and your dreams. You're not going to be able to find that from any kind of outside source. It's going to come from within. But there's a need to change here, and I think the only way that you're going to change things is by being alone. You have to stop moving, Gemini, because you're over here, your current situation, you're moving quickly, you're doing the most. You're out here coming and going as you please. You guys need to have some stillness. That's the first lesson. If you guys are so used to just coming and going and, you know, I don't think you guys are really looking for love. I think that you guys just want something in the moment. And Gemini, I don't think that's what you deserve, and I don't think that's what the universe has for you. I think the universe has more. But until you go into hermit mode and realize maybe what it is that you want from people, and maybe realize why you have this energy here, why you feel like you need to hide yourself or protect yourself, protect your heart, protect maybe your personal belongings with the pentacles here, protect your money. Why do you feel like you have to keep people at a distance? I think there's a lot of self-realization that Geminis you need to have in order for you guys to change yourself and change the kind of relationships that you allow yourself to be in. I think the universe has something for you, has something great for you that wants to be born again, that wants to come into fruition. But until you have this moment of pause, I don't know if you guys are going to find what it is that you truly deserve. I think there's a part of you, Gemini, that needs to die. There's a part of you that needs to end. Okay, and when I mean a part of you, I don't mean like literally physically dying. I think that there is an aspect of yourself with the Death card here. I think there's an aspect of yourself that no longer serves you and no longer serves your love life, that maybe you're holding on to, that needs to be cleared. You need to release this part of yourself so that something great can come in. Okay, and I think that's why you need to have this hermit mode for a while. There's a part of you that needs to be ended. There's a part of you that you need to release and just leave in the past so that you can move on to greater things in your love life. If you've been single for a while, you know, maybe you had some flings or whatever the case may be. With the Knight of Swords, you've had your flings, you've had people who you can just, you know. I think the lesson here is that you need to not have that energy anymore. You need to focus more on yourself and bring more healing to yourself, because as I said, I think that there is some pain, Gemini, that is holding you back. And once you go into this hermit mode, I think there's going to be a lot of realizations of what you need when it comes to love. Once you realize these things, that's when this World card is going to come. But there is a lot of things, Gemini, that I think you need to leave in the past so you can move on. I don't think, Gemini, that you've let the pain and the suffering, the disappointment, the heartbreak, I don't think you've let that go yet from your past. You've held on to it, and that is why you're kind of over here just doing your own thing. You're holding on to something that you need to release, Gemini. You're holding on to things that no longer serve you when it comes to love. I think a part of you is also scared. That's why you hold on to these things, or you hold on to these ideas to protect yourself. But I think that your lesson here is letting go so that you can move on. But the only way that you're going to be able to move on and let these things go is if you completely isolate yourself from love. You need to be alone, and you need to focus more on yourself and your spirituality. But I think your lesson is, definitely letting go of the past, letting go of what no longer serves you anymore, letting go of aspects of yourself that need to die, that should have been left in the past, and letting new parts of yourself emerge and be born. That's very beautiful, Gemini. I have a Gemini rising, and I find that this does resonate on some levels. I feel like there is some things within my love life that I just tend to hold on to because I'm comfortable. And maybe that's why this obstacle is here, Gemini. If you're holding on to certain beliefs or certain people because it's comfortable for you, they don't mind if you come in and out. You need to reevaluate, Gemini. If you guys are in a situation with somebody and it's not a new person, right? Let's say it's a fling that you've had a fling with for the past 5 years or whatever. You've known this person for a while. Maybe you're scared of reevaluating yourself in your relationships, in your beliefs, because you're comfortable. You don't have to fix anything. You don't have to go through this painful healing process, right? So I think that's what your lesson here is, Gemini. Can I please clarify and get some messages for Gemini's love life? What do they need to know in regards to love? What do they need to know in regards to love? Just some messages about Gemini's love life. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. So Gemini, some of you may actually have children, but I feel like some of these aspects and some of these things that you're holding on to that you don't want to look at, because maybe you are comfortable with them, is because you've grown up with these thoughts, or you've grown up with these belief values, or etc. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's something that you have picked up from your childhood, and that's why it's hard to reevaluate them. Can I please get one more card, please, for Gemini's love life? More messages for Gemini. I'm gonna take that one. Romantic feelings. Okay, can I pull two more? What's going on? Oh, one more for Gemini's love life. Gemini's, ooh, okay. All right, Gemini, so the one that fell out on the floor is soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Okay, Gemini, so for some of you, if you're dealing with someone and you come in and out of their lives, this could be your soulmate, okay? I'm not going to dispute the fact that maybe you are dealing with a soulmate and that's why you don't want to move on from this person. But it could also be that once you go through this tough healing process with all these major arcana cards, your soulmate may actually come into your life. That may be this new beginning that is emerging. If you're dealing with someone, maybe that it's a karmic situation and that's why it's very in and out. It could be that once you deal with this situation and learn your lessons, there's a soulmate that's going to come to you. But you have to go through this hermit mode. You have to be single. You have to cut yourself off from people and things that no longer serve you anymore. Because I think, like I was saying, you're being held back. There's an energy here that wants to push forward. But I think you're holding on to some things that are making this chariot energy of moving forward hard. And then the last one is pay attention to red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So Gemini, if you are in a relationship, or even if you're single, Gemini, if you are seeing signs and synchronicities relating to maybe this person that you're dealing with, or maybe just about love in general, I think that you need to pay attention to them. This hermit energy is spiritual. So when you do go into this hermit mode and look at yourself and look at what you're dealing with, I think the universe is definitely going to be talking to you. So you need to pay attention to what the universe is bringing to you. Don't ignore it just because you don't want to believe it. But there is a need for some change, Gemini. Okay, so I just want to thank you guys for coming and viewing your love lesson video. Please leave a comment if this made sense. Give me some feedback. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.